Hey guys, Kaiser here, and the day has finally arrived. The latest patch for Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition has dropped, and it is one of the most exciting patches we've ever received. Not only are we getting balance changes, we're also getting a brand new coat of paint that is touching up the visual design of many of the units in the game, particularly for the Russians and the European Royal Guard units. They look extraordinary, and I put out a video on those units, you can check that out. But with this patch also comes some news that nobody was expecting. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition is going free to play. What does that mean for the game? Well, listen up and I'll tell you all about it. Let's start by reading this first paragraph right here. AoE 3 Definitive Edition is launching a new way to play. For the first time, new players can now join the ranks of this historical and stunning RTS experience with a rotating roster of the game's 16 civilizations, which can be played in both single-player and multiplayer games free of purchase on Steam. And so what that means is you can log on to Steam right now and look up AoE 3 DE, download it, and start playing. You don't have to pay for a thing. You're given a choice of 3 different civilizations every week. For week 1, it's the French, the Haudenosaunee, and the Russians. You can choose every one of those 3 civs you want and just start playing. You can play single-player games and multiplayer games. You're given quite a few interesting options. Let's go ahead and talk about it. You can choose as a free-to-play player to play the first act of the Blood, Ice, and Steel campaign. So that's part 1 of the main AoE 3 DE single-player campaign. It's pretty cool. You can also choose to play the Algiers Historical Battle, and that is a co-op historical battle. So you can invite a friend, and together, you and a buddy against the computer, taking on this really epic scenario. Co-op historical battles are a lot of fun. I think you'll really enjoy that. You also get access to the Art of War, which works just like it does in Age of Empires 2. It is a series of missions that teaches you not just the basics of the game, but how to play the game well, and the skills that you will need to be a good ranked multiplayer competitor, right? And of course, you do get things like the tech tree and historical compendium. Those things are really neat. Finally, you're given a collection of 8 hostable multiplayer maps. So these are maps that you can use to either play skirmish battles against the AI, or you can go online in the multiplayer lobby and find other human players to play against in PvP battles on any of these 8 maps, which is pretty cool. It's a good thing that we're going to get so many new players to try out the game, because we also have this thing called a global event. We're going to get global events where it's a race to try to get enough players to participate in hero cosmetic challenges, which will unlock new skins for your hero units. For example, the very first one that we have here is for the Russians, and you can unlock this goofy-looking skin, Mila the Bear, to replace your usual Russian explorer with Mila the Bear. So it sounds like the way it works is it's mostly about population. It's about getting people involved and invested and striving to unlock the challenge. And if we get enough people to do it, we unlock the skin for everyone. So it's pretty cool. I won't read all of this, but those are essentially the highlights. Looks like a really interesting way of unlocking new hero cosmetics. And I think I showed some of these off in my AoE 3 patch skins video, and there are some very good looking skins that I certainly want to get my hands on. Pretty cool stuff. It does say down here, is going to be available on the Windows Store. It's only available on Steam. So, and you can get it for free via Game Pass, but you cannot get the free trial version through the Windows Store. Doesn't really change anything for you as far as this free-to-play version. Nothing changes if you already own the game. And so anytime you want, you can buy Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition and unlock all of the civilizations and all of the features. The game is only $20 at full price, so I think it's worth it even at that price, let alone when it goes on sale. It's definitely a worthwhile purchase. Age of Empires 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and that's a really good one. So yeah, that shouldn't change anything. Now, one thing I will clarify about this, the unlock is not exclusive to free-to-play players. We all get to take advantage of that. So that element does change for owners of the game, but the free-to-play stuff, no. Ranked will not be available for free-to-play players. You have to actually buy the game in order to go onto the ranked ladder. So if you're wanting to play PvP, you must use the lobby and find players the old-fashioned way. Will free trial players be able to play with players who own the full game? Yes. So if you own Age of Empires 3 and you're trying to convince friends to give it a shot, now is absolutely the time. You can host games and bring in the free-to-play players to play with you, and you can choose from any map you want. If you're the one hosting the game, as somebody who owns the full game, you can choose any of your owned maps. All right? I think that pretty much covers it. And then they just say down here, you can buy now if you want to actually pick up the game at the full price. That's pretty much it for the news. Again, the patch came out with a bunch of really exciting changes. Very cool stuff. I'm actually really excited to see what this change will do for Age of Empires 3. I hope that this brings in a lot of new players and that this is going to kickstart a whole new wave of interest and support and investment in Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. It should be great. I'm looking forward to it. And let me tell you, if you're one of the guys that wants to see more Age of Empires 3 action, you want to learn how to play the game, you're looking for more gameplay videos, keep your eyes peeled to this channel because Age of Empires 3, like I said, is one of my favorite games, and I'm looking forward to spotlighting this game even more than I have before. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate those of you that do. And leave me a comment below letting me know what you are most excited about with this latest patch. Do you have any friends that you're going to invite to AoE 3 Definitive Edition? Or are you one of the ones that will try out AoE 3 for the very first time because of this news? If you are, leave me a comment below letting me know. For now, this is the Iron Kaiser, signing off.